Welcome to setting up graphs from a table. Let's take a look at this question over here. The table below shows the linear relationship of the water level in a tank as time changes. Graph the relation on the grid below. So, first of all, we're going to have to make a graph. Okay, so there's one line, and there's the other. Okay. So this is the graph that you're given, and we are going to have to plot each of these points. Okay, so first of all, we want to give it a title. We want to give a title to this graph, so we're going to say water level versus time. Okay, so this is the title of water level. This is the title of time. So that's what we're going to write, water level versus time, okay? Water level versus time. That's our title. You might be asking, why not time versus water level? Well, that's because we want it to be y versus x. That's always how we're going to write the, that's how we're going to write these graphs, okay? So, because I told you time is always on the bottom, remember before from when we were doing rates, remember again that if we're doing a graph like this, you want time to be at the bottom here. Time, hours, okay? So then over here, you're going to write, give me a sec. Oh, okay. I can't really write sideways that well, so let me just write it over here. Water level feet. I'll see if I can lasso this over there. Okay, yeah, I can put it here, but I want this to be turned. Rotate. Left 90 degrees. Perfect, okay. So this is what it's going to look like. Okay, so this is our graph. Water level versus time, and we have water level in feet and time at the bottom. Okay, so now let's take a look at our table. So we want the point 0, and this goes all the way here. Let's see how many boxes these are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we don't need all of these boxes, right? We could just go with 8 of these boxes, for example. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can end right over here. Okay, that's perfectly fine too. If Miss Moore wants you to use the whole length, then you can just then that's actually a bit more difficult. I'd actually suggest just keeping. Oh, oops. Let me do that. Just going with 8 boxes here. Okay. So this is 8 boxes. Let's see how many boxes this is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so 500 divided by 12, so that's a bit more than 40. This is 480. Okay, so we can have each of these boxes mean be like 40. 40 is good. Or we can even go with like 30. Okay, so 30, actually not 30, let's go with 50. That's going to be a better idea. Okay, I'll show you why 50 is a better idea. So if I go with 50, this becomes 100, 150. Let's draw these lines. 200, 250, 300, 350, 400, 450, 500. Okay, and then we can just end here. And then we have this extra. We also, sometimes it's easier if you write y and x there. Okay, so now let's look at our x-axis. We could go with 0. Then here we can put 2, 4, 6, 8, and da-da-da-da. Okay, so let's plot these points now. 0, 500. So when x equals 0, y equals 500. So we can put a dot there. Actually, let's do that in green. We can put a dot over here. And then let's look at the next one, 2, 400. So when x equals 2, y equals 400. So I'll make the dotted line here, 400. Okay. Let's take a look at the next one. When x equals 4, y equals 300. Let's go here, meets up over here when x equals 6, y equals 200. So we'll go up, go across here. When it equals 8, we have 100. And then it crosses right here, okay? So now we can just draw a line from here just to over here, okay? And this is our graph for water level versus time. Let's take a look at the next question. The table below shows a linear relationship of the height of a balloon and time. The equation for the relation is y equals 10x plus 5. Complete the table below and graph the relationship. Okay, so if you remember from plugging in values into an equation, we start with the equation y equals 10x plus 5. And we're going to plug in 0. So for 0, y equals 10 times 0 plus 5, which is just 5. For 5, we have y equals 10 times 5 plus 5, which is 55. Okay, you could do this on your own here, because this is not the skill that's being tested. So y equals 10 times 10 plus 5, which is 105. Let's look at 15. Y equals 10 times 15 plus 5, which is 155. And for 20, y equals 10 times 20 plus 5, which is 205, okay? So we can put these values into the table now. So this is 5, this is 55, this is 105, this is 155, this is 205, okay? So now we have these calculations. I'm just going to move these calculations out of the way. Okay, just put them on the side over here. Here, just missing a 2, and I'll erase this 2 over here. Okay, so now we want to make the graph. So let's look at the title of this. The title would be, so over here we're going to have balloon height, and over here we're going to have time. So let's just write those on the axis. This is time, because time's always on the bottom, and this is in hours. Then balloon height. Let's go balloon height, which is in feet. Okay, now I can take this lasso tool. Oops. Lasso. I can drag this here and rotate it left 90 degrees. Put it back here. Okay, perfect. Now let's take a look at this. The title is going to be balloon height, our y-axis versus our x-axis. So that's balloon height versus time. Okay, so let's look. We have 0, 5, 10, 15, and 20. So we can split this into 5 pieces. This would be 0, this would be 5, this would be 10, this would be 15, this would be 20, and then that's perfectly fine. We could even go 3 at a time. Actually, let's go with 3 at a time here. Oops. Let me just put that back in. Okay. Okay. So this will go over here. This is 5, this is 10, this is 15, and this is 20. Okay. And over on the y-axis, we can go, we want it to go up to 200. See how many boxes there are? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we can just split it in by 20. Each of these are 20. So this is 20, this is 40, this is 60, this is 80, 100, 120, 140, 160, 180, 200, this is 220. Okay, so we want to first put in 0, 5, so we're going to go just right over here, because this is approximately where y equals 5, and this is where x equals 0. Let's look at where x equals 5 and y equals 55. So 50 is in here, so it'll be a bit higher. Go like that, and 5. So then our point is like right there. Let's look at 10, it's a bit more than 100. And then 10, so it's going to meet up about there. So the next one, 15, and 155 is about right here. So then it meets up right there. Let's look at 20, and then 205 is about there. So it meets up right there. Then we can draw a line, go like that. Actually, I'm going to do a straight line. Going to use this one. Okay, and that's our line for our question here. And that's setting up graphs from a table.